basically taking a nap, and I woke up from a nap, and you're like, "Hey, come on the podcast." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, we actually have a very short list of Nintendo fans that I can contact.
Indeed, indeed.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
most of
that's
them.
cool.
We had Shokio. I don't know if you know Shokio, right? Do you?
I like not really personally. I think him and I were on one podcast like a year and a half ago or so. But like I know some people who know him, and I'm familiar with him. Yeah.
Shokio is always fake busy.
Bro,
Yeah.
this dude is on Discord playing Fortnite right now. I was finna contact. I'm like, Shokyo, come do the podcast real quick. I don't feel like it. I'm
Fortnite will keep
tired.
you busy, man.
I see, man. This dude's crazy.
Like you
Wow.
remember the last time I invited Chokio on a podcast, he came through, right? He turned his camera on for for like 3 minutes, and he left without no explanation. I'm like,
Whoa.
and said he was just busy. I'm like, bro, you was, and every time he busy, he's always like playing Smash Bros or something.
He really don't like YouTube, to be honest. Like, he hates YouTube. That's his thing. Like, he
Yeah, I
doesn't
think like
streaming.
when I first started YouTube, I think was when he was just starting to like not do it as much. It was a couple
Yeah.
years ago, and
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I invited. I think Kofi might be busy right now because Kofi's like a fake Nintendo fan. So
man,
them
look.
fake fans.
yeah, he be be having 1 foot in, 1 foot out. He be faking it, half-assing it.
Yeah,
So.
there's a lot of people like that out there. But that's cool, man. Everyone to each their own, you know.
Yeah. But been a long E3 week. This is Weapon Wheel episode 144, part 4, the final part, the Nintendo edition of their reviewing their direct, or yeah, it's a direct. It's not really a conference live. Appreciate y'all for coming through to all these live streams and everything. Hit the like button. We're on SoundCloud, Google Play, iTunes. I'm gonna put all these episodes together and like upload it at the end of the week, so you just have like one video to pretty much to watch. So yeah, let's just do some quick introductions. I mean, we only got to introduce Rob. Rob, just tell them where they can find you, your channel, Twitter, all that stuff.
Yeah, sure. So my name's Rob, and my YouTube channel is called Rule of Two Review. Rule of the number 2 review, and it's mostly me just BSing about gaming and usually Nintendo stuff, which is why you guys are cool enough to invite me on. And it's Rule of Two Review on Twitter also, and that's about it. I'm stoked to be on. Really, really cool to get invited, man. So thanks, guys.
Cool. All right, so getting right into it. I don't think this was exactly the E3 that Nintendo fans expected. I think if you were a Smash Bros fan, it was more than enough. But overall Nintendo fan, I'm not sure if it was you expected a little bit more. But I'm just bringing up exactly what they showed. We can start off with Smash Bros, which they pretty much did a deep dive into. They spent like maybe 20 minutes going, explaining a lot of things about the characters. Every character ever is coming back, which I think may bring balancing issues. But yeah, Rob, what do you think about the Smash Bros segment?
It was. I mean, I thought the Smash Bros stuff was great because it's cool to get so much information about a really awesome looking game. Like we were all excited to learn about Smash, and they pretty much told us whatever a week or two ago, like, "Hey, we're focusing on Smash." So it was cool to see all the new info, and you bring up a good point. Like bringing all the characters could present like balancing problems, and I think that's why a big section of their Smash stuff, and I actually found this part really boring. But a big section was where they went over like almost every character and the little tweaks to some of their moves and stuff they made. It was like 10 minutes long for them to do that. And I feel like that's maybe why, because they knew that it could be a balancing issue to have some of these old cheap characters with some of the new cheap characters and whatever. But I mean, overall, I thought it was for just that 20 or so minutes of Smash, it was still really rad, and I was super pumped to see Ridley come in. That was like my super fanboy
had
pick.
a heart attack.
I know, I saw some tweets about that. I'm into it though, so I thought it was cool. I thought it was great.
Because the argument was always that Ridley's too big to be in Smash, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and even Sakurai had said that before. So, I mean, to people's credit, like, Sakurai did even say that a couple years ago. Like, nope, he's too big. I can't put him in. But my thought the whole last couple of years, even today, was like, well, Smash Brothers doesn't make sense anyway, so you can just make him big or small or whatever you need and just put. And that's exactly what they did. So I think
they just have like Baby Ridley or something. I don't know.
That would be a whole different ballgame. Baby Ridley.
I never understood that Ridley thing because like you got characters like Bowser that depending on what game it is, he's various sizes as well.
Exactly.
So it's like, what was the big issue to begin with? Like, I never understood.
Unless every character in Smash is literally their one-to-one, authentic height and weight, you know, from their origin.
Samus would be twice as big as Mario if that's the case, you know.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, I never really saw this.
Is this like a new game or is this like an upgraded Wii U port?
No, it's a brand new game.
Yeah, new game. All the characters.
Yeah.
Vaughn, you didn't watch it at all, did you?
No, I watched it. It just looked really similar.
Oh,
it does look similar though. Like I agree. I think that's almost like how much can you change how Smash looks? But there was some sort of tweet or something from a Bandai guy like a couple weeks ago, I think, where he basically accidentally confirmed that Bandai had created a new engine for the game. Unless I don't think that was for the Wii U one. I think that was for this game. And if you like look at that Breath of the Wild Link footage again, because I had to go over it again a couple hours ago for a video I was doing, I was like, dude, this looks really good. Like it looks significantly better than the Wii U. So
like some people are saying it's an upgraded port. I mean, I don't know.
Well, the game is, by the way, it's called Smash Bros. Ultimate. I think wasn't it rumored that they were going to call it Skirmish or something?
I don't know. I didn't hear that.
I ain't hear that.
Oh, maybe that was just me seeing.
I'm just confused why they spent half their conference on one game, though.
I mean,
that's their major title for this year.
Like they could have done like their own Smash Direct or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just kind of been like Nintendo's MO the last couple of years. Like overall, even though I think they might have spent too much time on it for like an E3 Direct, like I still thought it was cool to get so much info on like a really deep game. But that's the thing. Like they've been doing this now for the third year in a row, where they pick one title and they just like blow the doors open on it. And some people probably dig that, and other people's don't. I thought Breath of the Wild stuff was cool. Mario Odyssey stuff was cool. This year, I was hoping there would be more than just Smash, but it seems like they just were like, nope, it's Smash and like one or two other surprise things, and here's some more Smash. And I guess that's what they're going to be doing.
A lot more Smash.
Yeah, a lot.
8-player battles, which seems completely chaotic to me. I don't think I would ever even want to play that mode, to be honest with you.
It was in the Wii U game.
That was in the last game too. They bring it back.
Right. Was that fun? I can't picture that being fun.
I never played
the Wii U.
It's it was cool. I did it a couple times with some buddies. The thing is, it's not online, so the only reason it's fun is just because you've got like some of your buddies in the same room and you guys are all smack talking and just playing like with your friends. Like if it was online, it would just be a mess because the gameplay is insane. So it really only works in like a couch co-op way. It's cool for what it is. I didn't do it much though.
Right. Did they only reveal one new character? Was Ridley?
Daisy.
No, they'll probably add new ones.
But for right now, I mean,
Daisy in the game.
Oh, Daisy.
Yeah, Daisy and the Inklings are new, and then Ridley are new. So those are the new. Those are the new
Okay.
ones. Yeah, the Splatoon kids, they're in the game.
Okay.
Splatoon kids, oh god.
The squids.
You gotta be inking during that Smash.
Man, Waluigi is still not a character. What is going on?
That is crazy. I know. I'm so upset about it.
What is going on over there, bro?
Are you a kid or a squid?
Or Wario?
No, Wario in the game. Wario in the game.
Oh, yeah. I see him. Okay.
Yeah.
Waluigi he was in the previous one.
Wario, the disrespect is crazy.
I agree, man. Waluigi needs his own game.
Facts. Hey, bro, I swear to you, bro, if they make a Waluigi game, I'm copping the Switch, bro. I'm telling y'all, man.
What do you even be about, though?
Stealing shit. If they can make a Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, why not make a game like that with Wario? I mean,
good point.
I don't see why not.
They should bring back one of them characters from Mario RPG. Throw them in there.
They don't own Mario. They don't own those characters.
They don't own those characters? Oh,
that's a Square game.
Like Gino?
Yep.
But I mean,
Yeah.
but they don't own them. But they got characters in this game they don't own. They just had to
Yeah,
like,
they have to work
permission.
out a deal. Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
do have Cloud, who's Square's too.
Right.
They could probably make it
But I'm
happen.
saying they have to negotiate with Square. They don't
Right.
own those characters.
Yeah, that part's true. Yeah, they would have to. It'd cost them some money.
Okay. Cool.
That's why like they just like kind of abandoned Mario RPG and did like the Paper Mario stuff.
Yeah, which is too bad, man. It'd be really sweet if they made a new one. People have been asking for it for like decades.
Well, you know, Square and Nintendo had a falling out after the Super Nintendo, and
Yeah, they did. Square jumped ship. They're like, we're going over here. We want this disc-based goodness.
their partnerships really haven't ever been the same after that.
Okay. Moving on from Smash.
Oh, we got whoa! We got a release date as well, BG. Forgot about that.
Oh yeah, December.
December 7th.
I was shocked that like, damn, well, Smash. You can Smash. I would put it in the category of one of those games. It doesn't matter when you release it. It's gonna sell.
No, it's gonna do numbers regardless. People,
Yeah.
Smash is a huge game. Not my cup of tea, but people fuck with it heavy, so it's definitely gonna do numbers.
Yeah, they could have dropped that anywhere.
Yeah, one of the things I thought was cool about that is
Online because Smash is like a really popular, at Evo, and they've had like usually two Smash games.
Yeah. Damn, the BG lag out, what the hell?
a little bit.
Yeah, BG, I think you lagged out, fam.
Uh-oh.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, you had lagged
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
What's up?
Okay, my bad. Yeah, there's usually two Smash Bros games at Evo. Usually it's Melee and one other one. I don't remember which is the other one they usually have. But there was a conversation between one of the E3 reps, the Evo reps, and some of the players like Hungrybox. He's a popular pro Smash Bros player. He was saying, let's have this one. Let's have 3 Smash Bros game at Evo.
Oh god!
But they was like, we
That's
can't
a lot
do that.
Of Smash, man.
It is. It is. And, a lot of players have witnessed their favorite game being pushed out of Evo. So, it wouldn't really be fair to have 3 Smash Bros games and like other games, not appearing at all. So
Yeah, it used to be like when they had like Third Strike, Street Fighter 4, and like Street Fighter 2 HD remix.
Yeah, I was about to ask you guys if you knew if any other series did the same thing, but it sounds like Street Fighter does that, right? Where they have like a bunch of games there.
Well, there was the only one, and they had to like cut it down. I mean, Third Strike was in the lineup for so long, probably longer than it needed to be, probably just because of Daigo and Wong.
it was more possible when there were less fighting games out. Right now,
there were more back then, but there just weren't,
Yeah.
I feel like 4 fighting games came out like I feel like this year 4 came out, so it's you gotta like
but all of them ain't making it to Evo too though.
Yeah. Sometimes they don't make it just because of the time they release. Like if it's releasing too close to Evo, then they're not gonna allow it.
That shit based off votes too, though, right? Like
it's based on popularity votes.
Yeah, how many
Community
participants and all
votes,
that?
Yeah. All right. Also, moving on from that, Super Mario Party.
Ooh.
That just seems like an easy way to break your Joy-Cons and your Switch.
That joint was looking lit too, but I found out something about it that
No online.
No online, man. No online.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm half not surprised.
I was liking the gameplay, bro, because I fuck with Mario Party. That's one of I actually do like Mario Party, but the reason I kind of figured it might not have online because of one of the mini games they showed, like they put like 2 Switches together and was like,
dude, that was the moment I was convinced too, because I was like, Mario Party, like I'm a Nintendo fan, but I've never really been a Mario Party guy. And so I was like, okay, whatever, they're making a Mario Party. But then they did that shit, and I was like, yo, that is really cool. So it's a bummer to hear it's not online, but I mean, it could probably still be fun. It's another couch co-op kind of Nintendo thing,
Yeah.
If you can get your friends together in 2018, it's great.
Yeah.
maybe they'll patch it in, man. But that's crazy when I saw that. Like, that's what people think. They're like, damn, this shit look hot, but is it gonna have online? Like,
the mini games will be really cool on that, though, man. I really some of the stuff that they showed in that quick preview. Again, I'm not a Mario Party fan, but I was like, oh my god, this actually looks pretty sweet. They put 2 Switches together. That was so cool, man. And then that news is a bummer. That news is for sure a bummer.
Yeah, they showed some baseball, horse racing. The game's coming out October 5th this year, by the way. I've always felt like Mario Party is rigged and set up. I always felt like it was a
People always
scam.
team up against you at the end, bro. I be hating it.
I think it's a scam. I think the game's a scam because here's what I did. Right, I used to play. I forgot which Mario Party on the emulator on PC, and you know, with the emulators make it real easy to like cheat. Like you could rewind, go back, like just load save states at any point.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I used to do that at Mario Party. Just
Oh,
because
wait. Why would a gaming god need to do that?
No. I did it for scientific and experimental purposes.
He's like, I did it for the good of y'all. Is why.
Yeah, the good of science, right? Because I wanted to load save states and see if I did anything different, would it change the result? Like anything small.
Yeah, you were playing with like the algorithm and stuff of the game.
Yeah, I was pretty much messing with that. Like I would make
cool.
small little different movements and see if like it would change the dice roll or something like that. And like I can't come to find out, like you have to like make major different decisions for the dice rolls and for everything that happens afterwards to change. Otherwise, like nothing changes. So that's why I felt like the game was kind of rigged, man. I don't know how it is now. That was a while ago.
You can always screw over people though. Like if you was winning by a lot, like that's why the game ruined friendships though. Like people would just game at the first point.
Yeah, man.
Wait, people fell out over Mario Party?
Shit, it didn't happen before. It definitely didn't happen before. Especially if you're good at the mini games, bro. You know people don't want you to win, bro.
Yeah, that's true, man. Dude, when the first one came out though for the 64, I was probably like 16 or 17 years old. We thought it was the coolest shit, man. I was like, oh my god, a Mario board game. This is crazy. But it's just gone so off the rails the last like 20 years. I have to admit, I do think it was cool what they showed today. I was very impressed. I think that the Switch and like what the Joy-Cons can do and how that works for like a mini game kind of thing is neat. Like I totally admit that it's really neat. So I'm bummed about the no online thing, but I really think I'm going to check it out. I think I'm going to give it a shot.
Okay. So. All right. Moving on from that, Fire Emblem Three Houses.
I mean, I'm excited for it, but no offense, it looks like trash.
Oh no, that's an old new graphic, right?
It looks like trash, but you know it's gonna be a good game.
What do you mean look like? You mean visually or?
Yeah, it just looks like trash.
Yeah.
But gameplay wise, it looks good.
I mean, it's gonna be the same as it kind of always is with different systems, but it just looks like trash.
Well, I honestly haven't even looked at the gameplay.
And I like how like your units have like actual armies behind them. It's not literally like 12 people that are like an entire army now. That just like take on armies. Like they actually like have like armies behind each unit. So that's like cool. But like it just looks. It's not coming out till 2019. So
yeah, it got delayed, right?
Yeah, it's like a year. Yeah, it did. It's like a year off, which is
spring.
Crazy. Yeah, spring, man. I think I'm definitely pumped for it. I don't disagree though that like the graphics aren't nearly like quite as like amazing as I was expecting a Switch Fire Emblem to look.
Yeah.
But I just, I mean, I'm a simple man when it comes to this kind of stuff. Like I know the battle system's going to be super rad and it looks like it. And also, you bring up a good point. You do have like those battle team attacks where like you got a whole group of dudes that you send at somebody else to fight, which is a new thing. And I think that looks cool. Like the gameplay, the battles, the story is probably going to be typical kind of drama. There's a lot of drama in the Fire Emblem stories. Like, honestly, I'm probably one of the only Fire Emblem fans that would even say it's too much drama. I don't need that much in my game, but it is still like
it's Game of Thrones.
It is pretty much like Game of Thrones for like Nintendo universe. But it is still like good stories, and the characters are like really well written usually. So, and it seems like they added. I was kind of predicting this too. It looked like they added like 3D sections, which typically Fire Emblem games don't have. I don't know if you guys who watched it saw that, but it looked like you could just run around the world. And usually you can't in a Fire Emblem game. So that part I'm really excited to see.
You could in the last, or you could in Gaiden, which they just remade.
The 3DS one, I think, right? Is that?
Yeah, Shadows of Valentia or whatever.
Yeah, that's. Some people told me that. Yeah, I haven't played that.
It has dungeons and random encounters and things like that.
Gotcha. Yeah, maybe they're moving that into this game, which is cool for a console game because a console Fire Emblem has never had that. So that part's pretty neat to me.
I just hope they don't like. I don't like when they push like the marriages and the kids. Like it made sense in Awakening, it made sense in Thrastia and Genealogy of the Holy War, but like it did not make sense in Fire Emblem Fates at all.
Yeah, it was a crazy story in Fates. It was so convoluted. Like I liked it, but it was a busy, nutty Game of Thrones kind of thing.
It's like, oh, you had a kid. We stuck him in the hyperbolic time chamber, and now you come to rescue him, and now he's of age to fight.
Yeah, pick a family. Which family do you like better? Go with this one now.
And then if you choose the other family out of the game you didn't buy, you had to buy the game. So you get to choose a family. There's 2 cards like Pokemon Blue and Red, but if you choose the other family, it's like, oh, you chose the wrong card. You have to buy the other family by DLC.
Yeah. You know, I'm almost half wondering if they're going to do something similar with this one for the Switch. Because, you know, they're taking that, like you said, that's how they've always done Pokemon, where they got like 2 versions of Pokemon. And now they got the ones coming to the Switch. And I am, just for the record, I'm not a Pokemon fan at all, personally. But now they're taking the Pokemon thing, and they're making 2 Pokemon games for the Switch in this November.
Mm-hmm.
And
those
it's like,
look like the casualest, most trashiest Pokemon games.
They do. I mean, I have almost no opinion on them, really, because I'm just like, I'm not really a big Pokemon guy. But it's like, if they were willing to take that model for those games and put it on Switch games, maybe they would do the same with the Fire Emblem games and do it on the Fire Emblem Switch. And what if the 3 Houses actually is 2 different simultaneous release? I hope they don't. But I just wonder, you know, you never know, man. It's more money in their pocket if they do.
Yeah. Okay. Other than that, Xenoblade Chronicles, the Golden, what is it, Golden?
Torna something.
The Golden Country. The Golden Country. Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
About the rant.
Until they fix the frame rate, that game's irrelevant to me.
You know what's funny? Like, I think Kofi said this game was bad too. I'm shocked. I thought like, a lot of people
until they fix the frame rate, I'm not even gonna ever bother to play. I'll wait till they get it on an emulator or something. I can't play it. It's just the frame rate's just so trash.
It's got some. It does have some choppy parts, but I do really like the game. I've been a huge fan of it, and it actually took me a couple months for it to grow on me. But I also haven't beaten it, so I can't really like think too much about the DLC because it's like way ahead of me. I probably have like 40 hours to finish that game.
and I have 20/20 vision, so when that thing in handheld mode drops to below SD at like 390p, I'm just
it's rough. It's rough in handheld for sure.
Because I was about to say the other game. What were we just talking about?
The
Fire Emblem. They probably don't look so bad in handheld mode.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, like when you put most of these Switch games on the TV, that's where it looks atrocious.
Yeah, it's weird. You know, some of them will look better because they get a little bit of juice from the dock, and some of them will look better. A lot of them look better docked. I kind of agree with that too. So it's kind of It's interesting to see with every game, like how does it run when it's docked on the TV, and how does it run in handheld? And a lot of times they're different.
All right. Okay. Of course, the game that's on everything else. Fortnite is now coming to the Switch.
That's actually kind of cool. I mean, I don't play Fortnite, but it's the most popular game, so you got to have it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all my friends with the Switch, that's what they playing right now. Like, soon as that joint came out, they was like, hey, let's get on this Fortnite, bro. And they've been playing this shit all day, so. Doing numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What does it run at?
No idea.
You know, Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say they said it looked kind of crazy, but they usually play it on PC, but now they playing on the Switch. So I don't know what it is.
I feel like I've never played Fortnite until today. I downloaded it so I could just check it out. I did one match and I played it in handheld mode, and I was nervous because I heard some talk about if it was running well or not. And like honestly, it totally looked and ran really well. I would say 90% it was 30 frames per second, and it seemed locked. I mean, I really had no performance issues. But I only did one match about probably 3 or 4 hours ago. But it looked good. It ran really well. I was surprised. I was like, oh man, it's gonna be a mess, man. It just launched today. Everyone downloaded it and crashed in the servers and all this nonsense. But it was pretty fine.
They got that thing running on the cell phone good, so the Tegra chip should be able to handle it.
I heard Sony like blocked it out or something.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They're under fire for that right now.
Yeah,
what happened now?
Fortnite has cross progression. Like if you're on the PC and you boot it up on the Xbox or the PS4, you can carry your accounts over. But for some reason on the Switch, if your account like started on the PlayStation, or if it's linked to a PlayStation account at all, you cannot carry it.
You can't grab it off.
No, you can't. You can't use your account on
Dude,
the.
that's the Sony way,
grimy.
man.
That's
Yeah.
grimy.
Yeah, they're saying even if you disconnect your Fortnite account from the PlayStation or Sony, whatever, you still can't log into
Yeah,
the
you got
Nintendo
it
one.
blocked off. You got
They
it blocked
keeping
off.
it data.
Crazy.
Yeah, they keeping it data.
Wow.
Yeah, Sony under fire
They're
for that
building
right now.
walls.
I understand them like blocking crossplay with Xbox, but honestly, Nintendo, yeah,
Exactly.
I think they should do crossplay.
But you think they did that on purpose, or that was just like a little...
I don't know. They definitely did it on purpose with Xbox. Like they ain't fucking with them.
I was
but,
about to say,
Nintendo-
is it the same with Xbox too? I'm assuming. Like,
yeah, it's with that with Xbox, but like you know, Nintendo and Xbox can crossplay now, so I think it would only be right if you know, PS4 and Nintendo could crossplay at least.
yeah, Sony doesn't. They don't like to play ball with those things, man. They're like, no, we're good. We don't, you know, we're fine.
Yeah.
We're selling. We don't need to help you guys out. I think that's their mentality, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
But another thing, like you know, Xbox, like you got when you play, I think when you play Fortnite on Switch, you got to use like Xbox Live if you're doing a crossplay or something like that. I know you got to.
Bottom line is this: if Nintendo offers something online that you don't, that's pretty pathetic.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, like, did they even approach them like, damn, do y'all want to do crossplay with us, or is it wasn't even no conversation? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
I mean, Sony's winning; they ain't sharing.
Maybe, man, maybe.
Yeah, took their ball.
I mean, we had a conversation about the game, the name changes. There might be something with the infrastructure too, though.
No, not with that crossplay shit.
You think so?
No, I'm sure they
clearly it's involving data. They must have some kind of protocol.
They unlock cross. You remember they accidentally in quote figure they accidentally unlocked the crossplay with the Xbox.
Oh yeah, for like 10 minutes or something.
Yeah, so
they were like, "Well, it's
yeah.
live now." So
Yeah, but gathering data from one character to switch it over to like a different server—that's like a data thing.
But they can cross if they could bring cross progression from the phone.
No, they could do it. They could do it, but it might be something else going on. Like you know.
Like
more.
you can even do it with the phone from the PS4, I think so. It's not an issue.
Oh, so it's just that one thing. I got you.
Yeah, I think they just need to have a conversation about it. Like, hey, let us unlock the shit or whatever.
I thought Nintendo and Sony was alright, man.
Know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I know, like you know, Sony and Microsoft got the murder beat, so they ain't probably.
I don't think Sony and Nintendo are like hostile towards each other. I don't think so at all.
Exactly.
Take a second to talk about what wasn't there.
There's a lot. That's a big list.
Well, I just know Metroid Prime is the biggest thing that wasn't there.
Yeah.
Which I think just clearly shows when they showed the little JPEG image. What was it last year?
Mm-hmm.
That game was pretty much damn near not even in development. I feel
totally, man. Dude,
What game?
Metroid Prime.
Oh, yeah. What a joke. They announced a JPEG last year. They didn't even show anything about it this year. Just for that, the conference is a failure.
It wasn't even in development. I'm telling you.
I think they were probably just getting started on it. Like, I mean, I would think, maybe weeks or a couple months before last year's show, they were just getting started. And like, I know a lot of people wanted to think like, oh, maybe they've been working on it for a while. There were rumors back in the Wii U days, and they're gonna just unload next E3. And like, I mean, it was always possible. It was always a possibility, but I never really believed it. And I've been saying this whole time, I think that game is coming out next year, man. And
that's
this year
what
kind
we
of proves
telling
it.
People. We were telling people, like, oh, it's going to come out this year. I'm like, if they only showed a JPEG of the game, it's nowhere close to being ready.
Yeah, that was my feeling. But, Nintendo, they're a surprising company, man. Sometimes they like to trick you. And I think that's why a lot of people, and I started to get into the hype a little bit this year. I was like, you know what? Maybe they will show it. I was starting to believe it. And it's like my thing, man. I'm dying for this Metroid Prime 4. But I was like, it's probably not going to show. And then they didn't show it. So I just feel like they were just getting started last year, I think. So I'm sure it's next year. I'm sure of it.
And then I remember, we had certain doctors saying this was going to be Nintendo's best E3 of all time. A freaking joke.
I was hoping it was going to be, but I feel like no.
Nintendo's conference to me was not really that good. I mean, like, they had a couple third-party games, Octopath Traveler, but they're not getting any of these big games like Anthem or Cyberpunk.
By the way,
down the list.
By the way, Bon, I want to say I'm a Cyberpunk fan. I'm looking forward to that game.
How are you doing the first one?
Hey, I'm on the bandwagon.
But you know what the worst part about Nintendo's conference is? What is Retro Studios working on? They have not announced the game in 6 years.
It's a good point. It's a very good point. Like,
this is just out of control.
I feel like it wasn't here today because they plan on showing it before the end of the year in another Nintendo Direct. That's my guess. And I was talking about this on Twitter today too. It's like it sucks that we didn't see Retro's game or a lot of stuff today. But if next month there's a Nintendo Direct and we all tune in and that's when they're like Retro's making freaking whatever, like Halo 7 or some crazy game, BG, everyone will be like, "Oh, that's crazy."
I need you to put this on the screen. Like it feels like I must have made this.
What we looking at?
I bet I know what it's going to be.
What else?
Put this on the screen. I really feel like I just made that. Look at the very bottom left.
Who wrote that?
Oh my god.
That's a wild shit, man.
They haven't done anything since 2015.
To be announced. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is terrible.
Did you do this, Bond? You went to Wikipedia and did this?
Yeah, that's
like something I would do.
Like some shit Bond to do, man. I'm going to have to go check the editing on that shit.
That is absolutely insane.
It's pretty crazy. It's sad, man. I'm a big retro fan, so I'm definitely sad.
Like their last game came out in 2014, and we have not heard of any announcements in 4 years from this company.
Yeah,
4 years. That's a whole. That used to be a whole console generation. They have not even announced the game.
Hey man, must mean it's gonna be big.
Might be fine.
Yeah, as a fan, that's definitely my feeling. Is like hopefully it's going to deliver whatever it is. They can't do like the third Donkey Kong game. Like they just can't.
They're probably going to.
I hope not, man.
I would.
Please
don't.
Man.
I can't. I won't be able. I mean, I love their 2 Donkey Kong games. Don't get me wrong, but I will be like so freaking depressed if that's what it turns out to be. So sad. I feel like it's going to be something really sweet. Like the rumors about the Star Fox thing. Like I kind of believe that. And I know that some people will probably hate that too, so that is what it is. My other hope is that if it's not the Star Fox thing, that it's probably just a new IP.
But here's the thing. Why can we get a JPEG of Metroid, but not of what Retro Studios is working on?
It's a good question. Like, honestly, I don't know why Retro has been so silent. Reggie even talked about Retro, I want to say 2 or 3 years ago with Jeff Keighley on one of the Game Awards shows. Yeah. He like straight up mentioned like with his words, Retro Studios making a game XYZ. Like he just said stuff about them working. That was like 3 years ago.
Bro,
so I just
their
don't know.
Next game isn't like a 90 across the board.
Yeah, it's got to be. And I think it will. I'm going to be the optimist. I'm a Retro Studios fan and a Nintendo fan. I will be the optimist that they will make a game that's that good. But if somehow they don't, then there will be like a lot of wrath that will be dished out.
Bro, Kingdom Hearts 3 is about to come out before this company even announces a game.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I was thinking about that today. Kingdom Hearts 3. If you guys remember, that was 2013 that game was announced, and it's going to be coming out in 2019. That is a 6-year time span since the game was first announced.
Bro, Crackdown is about to get announced and released and developed before this team even announces a new game.
Or is
it?
Oh, man. Crackdown.
Or is it? Yeah, good question. They might announce it before Crackdown comes out.
This is like absolutely unacceptable. Like, bottom line is like, if you're like the CEO at this company, like, bro, what you guys been doing for 4 or 5 years?
Well, they clearly know.
They must know.
Reggie is the only one who knows, man. Reggie's keeping it a secret.
Y'all just can't be collecting paychecks for 5 years and not producing. This is craziness.
It's definitely depressing. It was like, not only was it sad that we didn't see if they were working on that Star Fox game, it was also just like, what are they making? It was just like, to be so incognito for so long. It's, again, I'm an optimist, and so I believe whatever they're making is going to be really great, but it's definitely frustrating that they're still nowhere to be seen 6 years in a row. Yeah. Or whatever,
actually, at this point, I think Nintendo needs to cut ties with them. They can't announce anything.
I mean, that won't happen. I'm sure that's not. I mean,
they've let developers go before. Like they let Retro. I mean, they let Rare go for the same reason, because Rare was taking too long with their games.
This one they main dev though, right? Like,
but Rare was one of their main devs, and they let them go because they took too long to make games. Yeah. They said it wasn't financially worth the cost of them to take 4 or 5 years to make one game.
Nintendo's not known for cutting their studios. I feel like they've
cut studios before.
Well, not as rapid as like PlayStation.
Yeah, not like PlayStation or
like
Microsoft.
now.
Or EA, yeah.
Yeah,
Closing studios. It's a tough call, man. Like I feel like what I want to believe is happening is that Nintendo is like working with Retro to just know when a good time to announce the game is. It could be something like you're saying, where Reggie's standing at their front door, like tapping his shoe, like, "Yo, guys, where's your game? We need to show it." And they're just like, "We're not ready, dude." Or it could be that Nintendo is like working with Retro and they know that the game is not ready to show, and like they're all on the same page. You know, it could be one or the other, and we just don't know because neither of us work for those companies. But it's definitely, like, as a fan, it's definitely frustrating. It's like really, really aggravating for sure.
I mean, they've closed down a lot of their second-party partnerships too. I mean, like
I can't think of who else.
The people that made Eternal Darkness, Rare.
Oh, who was that? Oh my gosh, Silicon Knights. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to mention a few games from the Nintendo Sizzle Reel, Mega Man 11, of course, Dark Souls, Wolfenstein, some third-party stuff, Fallout Shelter, Mario Tennis Aces.
Got that Dragon Ball.
Where's my Mario Golf?
Oh,
yeah, I love Mario Golf.
That's where I
was.
Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Donkey Kong Adventure, Arena of Valor, Starlink, Killer Queen Black, Hollow Knight. Some stuff from the Sizzle Reel. Rob, what were you gonna say that like some of the stuff that was missing? What else was missing besides Metroid?
The other things that were missing were kind of just like speculative stuff. Like a lot of people thought Animal Crossing. I actually totally thought Animal Crossing was going to show up. It's another Nintendo series I'm not really a fan of. My girlfriend loves it though, so I was really hoping it was going to show up, and haven't heard from Animal Crossing. Pikmin 4 is another one that they've basically confirmed. You know, we're still working on Pikmin. The series isn't dead. Miyamoto has some kind of plan for what's happening with the next Pikmin, and I wanted to believe that was going to show up. And that didn't show up either. Star Fox is its own series. Advance Wars. Advance Wars would be cool. People have been asking for that for a long time, actually.
Oh, and what about Mother? What is it? Mother 4?
No,
yeah,
just
right.
Mother 3. Yeah, that game. I mean, it's never going to happen.
They won't even make another Golden Sun.
Yeah, that would be sweet too.
I'm surprised they ain't show Bayonetta 3. A lot of people are thinking they're
that's another one. You're right.
Weird.
Yeah, no Bayonetta, man.
Travis Strikes. What's it called? Travis Strikes Back. Whatever.
Travis Strikes Again. Yeah, I was hoping for info on that. So
like,
a lot of stuff.
You can't just spend half your conference on one game.
And apparently Yoshi got delayed as well to next year. I'm hearing.
Oh yeah, Yoshi was another one. Totally.
Yeah. I thought the game was already out. That was kind of shocking.
No, did you see somewhere that they said it got delayed? Because I hadn't seen that either.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter. Apparently, if you go to the eShop, it now says 2019, like the release. Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's what I read.
Honestly, though, like Nintendo didn't really do what they needed to do, like to increase momentum to get a lot of big name third party games that are coming in day out. Like, no Retro, no Metroid, it was a letdown. And I would think better because they're not making games for the 3DS anymore. So I think all those developers will be pulled onto the Switch.
Yeah. It could be something where, you know, you make good points. Like it's all super true. And like, I was definitely like prepared for a less exciting show, but I was hoping it was going to be like, you know, like one of their best shows ever. And I feel like what's probably happening is it's year 2 of a console that like surprised like a lot of the industry and surprised a lot of third-party developers. And in year 1, we saw a couple of companies scramble to get Doom and LA Noire and Resident Evil Revelations and XYZ, a couple things thrown on in that first year. And I feel like I was on the Spawncast a couple months ago, and I predicted they would have more third-party support at E3 this year. But I think it was John Spawnwave who was like, he kind of predicted that it might be slow for third parties this year because now everyone's catching up. And now we're going to see like a slight lull with third parties before next year they open the floodgates. And I mean, that could be wrong, but I actually think it makes a lot of sense. And seeing what they did this year with not having a whole lot of that stuff, I think that probably makes a lot of sense. So I'm just going to hope that next year is where they bring that momentum back. And I mean, Smash, let's be real. Like Smash will carry the console this year. It's that big of a game
Pokemon.
for Switch fans.
Yeah, it will.
And Pokemon, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like there's people who have a Nintendo console and literally the only game they play is Smash.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know people that they bought a Switch for Smash, they bought a Wii U for Smash. Yeah. Definitely people out there like that.
It'll sell consoles and it'll sell like a lot of units. So I mean, it would be nice to get more. I mean, honestly, losing Fire Emblem this year actually does hurt. I was really, really shocked that slipped to next year, and I think that would have been a huge game. But the thing is, with them releasing Smash in December, we kind of have like September, October, and November pretty freed up. I mean, Mario Party is going to be like a medium size. That's not going to be a huge hit in October. So there's pretty big gaps for the holidays still. And so it makes me wonder.
For Mario Party, especially when it doesn't have online.
Yeah, exactly. It's not. I mean, it's going to be fine. It'll sell like it'll probably sell like 1 million copies. I feel like it'll probably hit 1 million just because everything sells on the Switch. But a game like a Fire Emblem, which could have sold like 3 million, would have been even better. Or
I'm actually glad that game got delayed. I played the freaking 4 different Fire Emblems this year. I'm like, Fire Emblem.
They're doing a lot of Fire Emblem, man. Yeah,
that's just my personal opinion, though. My last 3 games I played were 3 out of the last 4 games I've completed probably were Fire Emblems.
Wow, that's crazy.
I forgot to mention this. Octopath is there's a demo coming out in 2 days.
Yeah, another demo, new demo.
Yeah, coming out.
Yeah, and they confirmed that carries over.
It's releasing in July, as we know. Or
July 13th. Yeah.
Did they go over any of the online?
What the online system? I mean,
the service.
The network.
No.
Oh my god.
No.
Yeah, this conference is a complete fail. I'm sorry. Like, they didn't go over any of the online, the features, or anything coming out.
Yeah, no, not today. No, they didn't. No.
That is craziness.
You know, they probably gonna have a separate direct for all that.
Yeah, I think in the month or two before it launches. So, I mean, they need to, for sure. Like, there is a couple more things we need to know about it. So,
whose idea of it was to literally go through every character in every Final Smash on an E3?
It went on for a pretty. Again, I thought it was. I mean, I liked the Smash stuff, but that definitely went on for a long time. I was like, man, every character, every tweak, it's pretty crazy.
Hey, man, Dr. Cuphead tweeted like 1 or 2 days ago. He said, hey, man, I'm hearing there's going to be a lot of Smash at this conference. Y'all need to temper your expectations.
Yeah.
People start threatening to kill
I don't know why people get hyped for these conferences. You should always come into these things with the lowest of low expectations.
Yeah.
I keep telling people.
I mean, I think that applies to pretty much just E3 in general and all conferences, you know, because people, it really just applies just across the board. I mean, I don't know what your guys' opinion is. Like, I weirdly thought Microsoft had a really good show. Everyone else I thought was just okay, including Nintendo, and except for EA, which was dog shit on a stick. That was so bad I can't even stand it.
Indeed.
But like for really just in general, it's just everyone gets on stage for an hour and a half. They just show a bunch of game trailers nowadays, and you either like them or you didn't. That's just kind of how E3 is as a whole, really.
Here you go, Jack. Click on that one.
I think Bethesda actually showed the least amount of gameplay, possibly.
I think you might be right. I mean, like Bethesda does that awesome 30 minutes of Fallout stuff, which is only good for Fallout fans, to be fair. But it's so good that's really what you take away from the show. And so they wasted 5 minutes on an Andrew WK performance, and then had a couple of weird things, and then here's Fallout for 30 minutes, which is when I was like, okay, now I'm excited. Although I do think Rage 2 looks pretty badass. I'm not going to lie. I'm very excited for Rage 2.
Definitely.
Yeah, that looks cool.
I had lagged out for a second. I don't know if y'all heard me when I said Damon Ex Machina or Demon Ex Machina.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was actually going to be Custom Robo for a second. I got excited.
Yeah. I thought it was like a Xenoblade fighting game or something. I was like, what is this? Because they look just like the Xenoblade stuff.
I thought they were going Custom Robo, which would be a good game, a good local multiplayer game, a good online game. They should make another Custom Robo.
They said some Armored Core devs worked on this game, I believe.
Did they say that?
Yeah, that's what I was hearing. Well, that's when people didn't tell me. I don't know if they told
I mean,
me.
it looks
That's what I'm
really
hearing.
good, and honestly, like, yeah, it would be cool to bring back like the IP of Custom Robo, but at the same time, I think it's good to like support new IPs, and so this being a new IP, I think is actually pretty
Custom Robo hasn't been around since the GameCube, though.
cool. Yeah, I know it is pretty old, so it almost did they do a DS one of that, or am I making that up?
I don't
feel like there
know.
was a weird DS Custom Robo
The
game.
bottom line is, it's a
been a
4-player customizable game. It just seemed like a good fit for the Switch.
Yeah, yeah, I'm pumped on it. I thought it
They
was
did
really
make one for the
really
DS.
They did. Oh, okay, cool.
I know they had the N64 one. I didn't play the Game Boy Advance one. They had the GameCube
Oh shit!
one.
I didn't even know they made those. That's crazy.
I think that's about it. I think we covered everything.
I think so. I mean, again, like I said, they confirmed like Dragon Ball Fighter Z coming too, which was pretty cool.
People are already calling for Bayonetta to be nerfed.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
really?
I think so. Like based on because they had the Smash Invitational and Sakurai was watching. And he already said he saw some bugs and everything like that. And I don't know. Some people were saying she sucks, and some people were saying she needs a nerf.
I was
like
asking one of my homies that play Smash. And I was like, "Who's pretty much the strongest character since they got every character in the game?" And he said,
Snake.
he said Bayonetta and I think he said Cheek because of their character designs.
Interesting. Bayonetta is definitely a really easy character to use. Zero Suit Samus is a really easy character, but I think the Bayonetta thing makes sense though because she is kind of known from the Wii U version as like the unstoppable kind of character. Because she's got like she can like stop time if you do the dodge properly and all this stuff, which I think is cool. But like all the hardcore professional players, which is definitely not me, like not at all. But all those guys like really get into like, oh, this move is cheap, so this character shouldn't be allowed at all, and that kind of stuff. So,
Bro, that game's gonna be a nightmare to balance.
That's what
they
I
got
said,
a lot of
man.
work. Yeah, they got a lot of work ahead of them.
Yeah,
That
I think
game-
someone said that he left early to get back to the studio to start like balancing and patching. Was that true?
No, that dude's known as a workaholic though. So.
He is, man. Yeah, it could be true. I mean, it could be. Like, I'm sure the game is going to turn out pretty great. Like, I know, it could be weird that they spent so much time in the E3 press conference, and like it's probably true. Like I said, I wish they spent a little bit less time on that. But I mean, they don't really mess around with these Smash games, man. It's like the best development staff that they have goes into these games, and if they were willing to put every fighter ever and some new fighters and make it release in the second year of the console, like I'm sure that they know what they're doing. Like the one thing, whether you love or hate Nintendo, they don't put out broken games, and so I feel like it's going to be just fine when it launches. The online network might not be, but
we also need GameCube Joy-Cons.
yes, I agree. Bring it up.
Oh yeah, BG, you did bring it up, BG. They are bringing back the GameCube controller.
Yeah, they got support. Yeah, day one support. Yeah.
And they also need GameCube Joy-Cons.
I agree. I'd like 64 ones, but GameCube also would.
How would you even do a 64 Joy-Con?
I don't know. That's a good question.
You can't.
I guess we probably because what do you do with the middle pronged version with the middle thing? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But GameCube Joy, I'm sure somebody's got a mock pick. Let me see if I can find one. Did you see that on that tweet I sent you?
Yeah, that was disrespectful, Brian. Real disrespectful.
Very disrespectful.
Shout out to my guy Waluigi, man.
Waluigi?
Yeah, but if they make GameCube Joy-Cons, I don't... Hey, let me show you. Put this on the screen, BG.
Yeah, they'd make so much money if they made like a GameCube thing.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
I don't need that, though. I need, like, the actual, like, grips. Like the GameCube controller actually has.
Wow. Because didn't Kofi like put a D-pad in his Switch or something?
Yeah, he installed the D-pad and yeah.
Oh, see, that's different than I've seen a mock-up someone did that actually has like the actual like handles of the sides
This
of the
one, yeah. Click
that
one,
was.
BG. This is the one I want.
Oh, you talking about where it's like an actual control? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I need something
see
like
that? That's wicked, man. Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure there's an engineer that could probably do that. Like,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
That'll definitely make it more comfortable to hold, man. Because I tried to hold it with the regular Joy-Cons.
Look at that, dude. That's crazy.
I also don't like how the joystick is at the bottom right on the Switch. It's not comfortable. It should have been like the Wii U up top.
Yeah, see, that's tricky though because I mean, everyone has a different opinion on that, and that's where like the Xbox versus the PlayStation controller fights come in. And
because it's different because those have handles, so your thumb can sit restfully. But if you have regular size human adult hands,
like on the Joy-Con specifically,
your thumb does not go down there while you're looking at the screen.
Yeah, it's a little uncomfortable. I agree with that. It it works, but it's definitely not as good as like with something with a hand.
Like you have to like tilt the screen. Yeah. It's just not comfortable. I don't know why I guess Japanese hands are smaller. It's just not comfortable.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know why people doubted that we could have a nice old Nintendo conversation.
Hey man, we just needed a Nintendo guy here, man. That's all we needed, bro.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm here for.
We found the right one, man. We found the right one.
Bond is like a halfway a Nintendo fan. He's super critical.
I beat more Nintendo fans than most of these fanboys. I mean, I beat more Nintendo games than most of these fanboys.
Talk that talk, Bond. Talk that talk.
Yeah.
Man,
I beat Zelda before a lot of them.
Oh, here we go.
That is true. That is true.
I'm still waiting on Jimmy to beat.
Yeah, still waiting on Jimmy to beat that thing. Where you at, Jimmy?
You beat that? You changed that ringtone?
I'm still waiting for Smooth to give me my money.
Oh yeah, Smooth do owe you some money. That's all.
You gotta tell him. That's all.
Yeah.
I keep checking my Steam while I keep.
Listen, man, that's one thing you can rely on, Smooth. Smooth love giving away money when he lose bets.
That's
true.
Love giving away money.
Sounds like a good man to bet against.
Is he? I already got a down payment on a PS5.
Yeah, I'm like trying to like utilize his powers to play the lottery. Like bet me that I'm gonna lose.
He's like Smooth has like the powers of like Domino, except in a bad way. Like
reverse.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, the first thing I did when my team, the Eagles, was playing his team in the Super Bowl, I'm like, I'm betting him.
I'm
gonna put the curse on the Patriots right away.
That curse is coming, man. Brady won't be around too much longer.
Oh man.
I was like, I'll bet you my Eagles will win, Smooth. He's like, bet. I'm like, you just sealed your fate.
Yeah.
Oh, are you an Eagles fan too?
Yeah.
Oh, you had a good year, man. That was an insane Super Bowl, dude. That was so sweet.
Absolutely.
That was super sweet.
I can't wait to see the NFL post Brady era, man.
It's gonna be crazy.
That thing will be fire.
I mean, I'm a Broncos fan, so I've been living in a post Peyton era the last 2 years. It's been really sad. So it's gonna be interesting.
You guys got a quarterback?
Yeah, we picked up Case Keenum, which is fine, I guess. It's definitely better than our previous option, so I'm cool with it. And we gave Osweiler, I think we sent to Miami. And I don't remember where Trevor Siemian went to, actually.
What happened to Paxton Lynch?
We still have Paxton. He's our backup. It's Case Keenum, which is a weird choice, but he's probably the cheapest choice. So I feel like that's why they did that.
Because Brady took over, what was it, 2000, 2001, right?
2001, yeah.
Yep.
I started watching football like 97. I was like 7 years old, but I don't remember those years before Brady. Yeah, really? I don't remember pre-Brady. That's why I want this man to quit, like retire. I don't remember
your whole
NFL
before career, man. Is the Brady years?
Yeah, I don't remember it before, man.
That's crazy.
Kept a lot of dudes from getting their rings, man.
Mm-hmm. Dream
Pretty
killer.
much.
Yeah. All right. We can wrap this up. Rob, thanks for coming through. Tell the people where they can find you again.
Yeah, again, it's a Rule of 2 review. It's Rule of the number 2 review, and that's on YouTube and Twitter and all that good stuff. So thanks for having me on, guys. It was a blast to kind of just randomly last minute just BS a little bit about Nintendo. So it's cool.
Yeah. All right, Bond.
Are we giving out grades too, or?
Oh yeah, sure.
I give this an F for no Metroid, an F for no online, an F for no Retro Studios, and an F for lack of third-party support.
What about Smash Brothers, though? What do you give Smash the game?
I did not need to see a half hour of even Cyberpunk. There was no game I needed to see for a half hour at E3.
Rob, what was your grade? Here you go.
I've been teetering between like the super fan in me wants to go as high as a B-. The realistic person in me wants to kind of go like C+ territory. So I don't know. I'm kind of teetering between the two. So I didn't hate it, but I was hoping for more for sure. So
okay, Jack Move. As the Pony Commissioner, can you give an objective?
The
Great.
pony commissioner.
As a Sony pony, man, I'm gonna be honest. It was better than a lot of conferences. Still, they didn't have as much as a lot of people expected them to have. I'm gonna go numerical. I say it's like I give it like a 5 out of 10. I give it like a 5.
Ooh,
That's an F.
that is an F. Yep.
Y'all think that's an
I'd
F?
say that's an F.
No, I gave them other conferences like 3s. Like
That's still an F.
No,
Is it a
like-
5 out of 10 or a 5 out of 8?
I'm giving it a 5 out of 10.
Okay.
Wait a minute, let me think about that. Yeah, I give it a 5 out of 10. I don't like Smash, man. If I like Smash, I'd be probably
Yeah, it was half an hour Smash. So.
Yeah, I'm not no Smash guy, man.
Yeah. Jimmy?
I'm gonna get Smash, and I'm actually happy about that game coming out, so I'm gonna give it a 6.
There you go.
That's a D.
That's
Hey, I kind of wanted to see a Metroid on the Switch, so
yeah. That's a bummer. That's a big bummer.
I got you next year, man. I got you next year, bro.
I like Smash. I'm looking forward to Octopath. I think that was pretty much it. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5.5. Yeah, I'll give it a 5.5. I will be opening a cigar shop and a laundromat when Smash comes out. I'm handing out smoke. And I will be washing y'all, okay?
Bro, you finna get your
I
ass
kind of want to let that be known too as well. I will have.
I'm willing to bet money that both of y'all get y'all asses whooped.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie.
I'm just saying I'm gonna have it day one. I mean, y'all say that and then I'll be beating people, but we'll see.
Y'all not beating
Jimmy.
me. I want y'all to play Nintendo Ultra. I want y'all to play
listen,
Shoki. I'm putting up money on both of
I'm
y'all.
gonna be real. When it comes, I'm not beating Nintendo Ultra.
Okay.
I know that.
Yeah, he's good, man. Yeah, he's good.
Ultra is one of the few people on here I will give complete credit. He's a beast. Not only at Nintendo games, but especially at Nintendo games. He
bought it. He bought it. Bro.
I'm not beating Nintendo Ultra, but like some of these other Nintendo fans, I can handle them.
Yeah,
it'd probably be Baron.
Oh yeah, Baron could get the hands.
You got him.
So yeah. Appreciate all the viewers for coming out. Make sure you hit the like button and thank y'all for y'all support. We gonna get out of here. I guess we'll see y'all Sunday again. 4 episodes this week. Jesus Christ.
So what did you give it, BG?
5.5.
You said 5.5.
So we got Jimmy, would you give it?
6.
So we got 2 Fs, a D, and a C.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mine would be like an F plus, wouldn't it?
So let's think of
5.5. We can go F plus on that. I think. Yeah, that sounds good.
F is an F.
Damn.
Imagine you go home with an F plus on your.
Yo,
You're like, but it's a plus, Mom. It's totally good.
This one guy is saying Retro is working on a God of War level game.
I hope so, man. I hope so.
But it's safe to say we know Nintendo's gonna announce more games like down the line before the year.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want to go too hard on them because they don't really like show up to E3 to show up to E3. They just go in there to do that. Exactly. They just come to E3 to show respect. Like, hey,
they're not like Microsoft.
Hey, they had the best conference this year.
I agree with that. Actually, I really liked Microsoft. That was good. I didn't expect that, but I love Microsoft. Yeah.
Did we get Bond's like perspective on Microsoft? Like,
I mean, again, Microsoft just did what they normally do: Halo, Gears, and Forza.
They listening to you though. They bought studios.
Exactly.
They got five.
They sure did, man.
When you think about what they bought Playground Games, who's basically already only making games for them. They bought Undead Labs, who's been a trash developer making half-ass finished games already for them. So
stop that. They only make.
Let me finish. Let me finish. So they pretty much already bought 2 developers that were already just only make. It would be like Sony buying Insomniac. Like Insomniac already only makes games for them, pretty much.
Hey, that Ninja Theory pickup was nice, though. I get them props.
It was.
That was big. That was very.
I like
Did Xbox fans buy Setsuna's Sacrifice? No.
Oh shit. Uh-oh.
Well, they will
really,
now.
So
yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
So really, that while that developer is decent, they don't make games that Xbox fans even like.
Well, here's what I think they did though. I think they bought all these studios and then they made their own. They made a new studio called the Initiative 2. So you get these 5 new studios, and at the end of the show, Phil was basically like, "We're going to use all the resources available at Microsoft in our new studios." And I made a video about this. Like he doubled down on the Xbox. So everything that he talked about for those studios, they're making games for the next Xbox. That's what they're
doing.
Exactly. He did come back the next day and say that
announced Scarlet.
Yes, and then they also said that doesn't end there with them buying studios, so they're still buying more,
which is good. But I really feel like Ninja Theory is like they're good, but it's like when Chad Johnson went to the Patriots, they just don't fit. They don't.
I can see you saying that, but like he said, they'll make it work.
Yeah, I think they'll make it work. I mean,
just like they made Scalebound work, right?
Yeah, Scalebound might be popping back up. Yeah,
just like they made Fable work, right?
Bond, when you gonna let the past go? Let them.
Yo, word. He just gonna let it go, man. He just gonna let it go, man.
Bro, until they prove me wrong, like I can't let the past go.
I almost wonder, it's funny you bring up Scalebound too, because like Ninja Theory is the kind of studio you would buy to finish Scalebound.
Ninja Theory's never made an RPG though.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, I think they can make that shit work, bro.
I think that could.
Totally Scalebound and Heavenly Sword. Think about it.
Remember they made DMC. They made DMC.
Yeah, and Scalebound wasn't platinum. Scalebound is owned by Microsoft, so they could just we still want to release this game. That could be like a big launch title for.
But here's the thing about Ninja Theory: while they just don't fit with Microsoft, one, their games just don't appeal to the Microsoft crowd. Mm-hmm. Two, they've never made a multiplayer game.
No, that's what Microsoft needs. They need a studio.
Yeah, they need a single player. Exactly.
That's my point, but I'm saying that's not the studio that's gonna finish Scalebound.
Maybe not.
I think they could. I mean, because they're not going to buy they're not going to buy like a Sega or a Square. Like some companies are too big for them to buy. So I feel like considering they were trying to buy studios, I think Ninja Theory is like a good size to be bought.
That's a good land.
You know what's crazy to me? That Atlas was up for sale a year and a half ago, and Sega ended up buying them, and Nintendo and Sony or any other company did not.
Yeah, someone should have. Yeah,
that's wild. That is wild.
That was crazy. Like that's what I knew. Nintendo wasn't taking the Wii U seriously when they didn't buy that company.
I'll say this: if we get news that that Ninja Theory is going on a hiring spree, that might be Scalebound.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
They already said it, man. They said we made Hellblade with 20 people and $10 million. Imagine what we could do with 100 people.
Or the initiative. Somebody's going to finish.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
they're not just going to abandon. Somebody's going to finish Scalebound.
Yep.
Or get canceled and go and fired.
Yo, I think those days is over, man. I think those days are over, man. That's why we getting cracked down in February.
What was that one? Get Rich or Die Trying and finish Scalebound. Yo, they're gonna hire a studio called.
They're gonna finish the Kraken. We're gonna get cracked down.
Yo, they're gonna hire
the Kraken.
They're gonna hire a studio called Finish Scalebound or Get Fired Trying.
Scalebound or Die Incorporated.
Oh shit!
Scalebound or you'll be unemployment bound.
Oh man, this shit! Wow.
Jesus.
All right, y'all. Yeah, like I said, appreciate y'all coming through. We're gonna get out of here now.
3 F's, a D, and a C.
Oh God. We'll catch y'all Sunday. We out.
Right.